Hi. Now we're going to think about it. So, these last few weeks have been pretty interesting. And going back further, these last few months have been very interesting. The doctors, all the doctors, collaborated and went through my file earlier this year when they noticed the problem with my prac and how my mind went on the fritz when I was surrounded by all the children in that new space. And they were really concerned. So they went back through all their old paperwork and talked a lot behind my back about me, which in any other situation is horrible, and in this situation it's awesome. And what they decided was, or not decided, what they realised was this complaint of me and the way my brain was behaving. They noticed that it wasn't a new complaint, that I had lost the ability to think straight in new situations with new people, how when there was a lot of loud noises, a lot of people, a lot of movement, I kind of turned into a bumbling mess. And they were concerned that it affected my prac, and they wondered if there was any way to help me. Lots of conversations later, and they made a proposal for me to trial something that would help. And this trial, coincidentally, came in line with past trials and notes that doctors had made about me since basically when I was, I'm going to guess about 2 or 3, but yeah, my whole childhood there had been this consistent doctor's notes, doctor's observations, parents' observations, family and friends' observations that all went together with this new stuff. And they realised that unless something happened about it, I may not be able to cope in public or in a job. So I've been treated cautiously for that for a while now, and I love it. It's amazing. The reason I haven't shared it with you is because it's irrelevant to the lupus in many ways, and it's quite a hot topic. It's quite a political thing. But like I said, it's irrelevant to the lupus. This isn't something that would happen for other people with lupus. It isn't something that would happen for other people with lupus cerebritis or cerebral vasculitis. It's just me. I'm just that lucky. So I've been on quite a hot treatment, quite a politically charged treatment. And I don't want to talk about it because, first of all, it's irrelevant. Second of all, it has no bearing on my treatment and on my lupus. And thirdly, when I talked earlier this year about my chemotherapy, I'd received a lot of private messages basically abusing me for choosing to do chemotherapy and how dangerous it was. And I really politely tried to tell these people it is none of their business and that I'd done my research, but they didn't listen, and they became quite abusive. I told people that if you went back through the last 5 years, you'd know I tried every alternative. But still you're trying to get all up in my business. And because I know this new treatment was hard to talk about, I just didn't. Because I don't think I deserve that. Here we go again. Teary again. Shit. Yeah, so we didn't talk about that. But for the last few weeks, I've had heart murmurs. That sucks. And of course, the first thing that happens when this happens, we go back through and we look at all the different things that have changed, how they've changed. We look at my diet, we look at my medications, we look at my sleep patterns. Because these are all things that I document. So it's paperwork on me. I'm a bit OCD. Yeah, so I went back through all of that. And I mentioned it to my parents. First thing that it said was, oh, so it's medication. And I don't want it to be. Because it's so good. I've never been able to think so clearly. I've never been able to focus so well. I've never been so cognitively driven to work before. And I loved it. I don't want it to take it away from me. But this medication may cause heart murmurs. And what do you know? I've got heart murmurs. So yeah, I had an ECG yesterday. And next week, I had an ECG. I'm going to spend a week off the medication to see if there's still heart murmurs. If there are, I'll have a heart monitor. I'll wear a heart monitor for a day. If they go away with medication, I guess that stops. Which sucks. Yeah. So, that has been a large part of why I forgot to post on Monday. Forgot even to prepare it. Because I prepare them in advance and then they go out. But I've just been so focused on this heart murmur that I didn't. Sorry. So, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed, I still have heart murmurs without medication. Because, yeah. This is the kind of shit I do want to talk about the medication. Cool. I don't think I've done a video yet where I haven't cried. But I tell you what, in real life I don't actually cry that much. Yeah. I'm sorry, the snotty nose. I've started a new diet. A medicinal diet, which is also quite a distraction, and I started that a week after the heart murmurs began, so this should be irrelevant. But as you change onto this diet and your body starts to recognize that it doesn't have the nutrients and chemicals that it did before, it kind of throws its hands up in the air and you get a cold. That's what it does. So I've got this terrible cold at the moment. Really hoping it's because of the diet and not because of the weather. Because if it's the diet, it will only last a few days. If it's the weather, it will last as long as however the fuck long it wants. And I was just walking around Snotty days doing those horrible sniffs. Yeah. Right? Sexy. got a date tonight. I'm gonna be like, hey, how you doing? Cool. So it's Friday. So I hope you all have just the most amazing weekends. Yeah. Be well.